Hello, thank you for being here. So I had a subscriber ask me to listen to a song that has been playing in their head for a while. They feel that it is related to summer. They asked if I could listen to it and see if there was anything I picked up on it. I listened to it quite a few times, and I feel like there's multiple messages in there for multiple people around Summer's case, including Summer. Um, and again, these are just, my intuition. I get my information all different ways. Lyrics is one of them. Sometimes they just come and sometimes they just pop out, and sometimes I go back and I listen and I hear more. And so this is just for entertainment purposes only, even though there's nothing entertaining mean about watching stuff like this. So I will be playing the song in the background and saying what it is that sticks out to me specifically, whatever I get, a feeling off of, or sometimes words sound differently than what the song says, and they throw an extra word in there. Spirit has a wonderful way of working with us. So, all right. Well, I was just going to, just let you know how this works. This is part of my awakening journey, and it's uncomfortable doing this, but I know it needs to be done, and I know that there's others out there that are struggling with their awakening, and trying to make sense of all of it. So, yeah. Okay, so I am going to play the song now. Alexa, resume.
I'm coming home, tell the world that I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, tell the world that I'm coming.
That part has to do with somebody making peace with what they've done, and they feel that they've been forgiven.
I hate that song. I always feel like they're talking to me when it comes on. Another day, another dawn. Another Keisha, nice to meet you. Get the math, I'm gone. What am I supposed to do when the club lights come on? It's easy to be pumped, but it's harder to be shown. What if my twins ask me why I ain't married mom? Damn, how do I respond? What if my son stares with a face like my own and says he wants to be like me when he's grown? Damn, but I ain't finished grown. Another night that never will prolong. Another day, another dawn. Just tell Keisha and Teresa I'll be better in the morning. Another life that I carry on. I need to get back to the place I
I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. Alexa, pause. A house is not a home, especially when your loved one is gone. That is applying to Candace. She feels, and again, this is just my opinion, she feels regret, she feels loneliness, she feels that what she considered home is no longer there because there's significant people that are missing from her home. And I say people, not just her son. There's people that she wishes were in her home. I believe that it is the boys. I believe there's part of her that, does miss Summer as well. And I feel like there is a emptiness inside of her. There's like this void, which I know is contrary to what we've seen action-wise. But I get a very sick feeling of regret. A lot of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas running through, and all I see is Candace's face. So that's how I know it's about her. I can feel her sorrow in a way. And again, it doesn't matter what any of us think has happened to Summer. It doesn't matter what any of us believe took part in whatever's become of Summer, or like who took part in it or who did what. I'm just telling you that I can feel anguish, and I can see Candace's face. So, Alexa, resume.
And people got the nerve to blame you for it. And you know you would have took the bullet if you saw
Alexa,
it.
pause.
But you felt it. It still
Alexa, pause.
feels-
Okay, that part right there, where they're talking about people are putting the blame, where, because it, where it doesn't belong. People are crucifying and like wrongly accusing somebody, and I'm not saying who that somebody is, but there is somebody who would have gladly taken Summer's place I don't think a bullet is involved, even though in the song it says bullet. But there is someone who wishes they could have swapped places with Summer, and I pick up on a male. I pick up on a younger male. They wish that, you know, they and Summer could have swapped places, and I feel sadness and guilt. Not because they necessarily did anything, but just that the grieving, you know, like why couldn't it have been me instead, or, you know, just, you know, stuff that runs through one's head when they lose somebody close to them. You know, they have that feeling of sorrow, regret, and sadness, and wish, because they don't want their loved one to be wherever they are or to be hurt, so they wish they could swap places because they didn't want nothing, you know, they didn't want that to happen. They didn't want to their loved one, they didn't want their loved one to go through whatever it is they have gone through. And like I said, this applies to Summer, but I feel like it is a male that is, again, not guilty of anything except for, you know, and it's not even guilty, but, you know, they're not guilty of doing anything. They just have that, like, why you not me kind of feeling, or I could have handled it better, or, you know, like, I could have made it something. I don't know. It's a very jumbled kind of message. There's a lot of self-blame. No matter if someone else is telling this person that it wasn't their fault, they, you know, they're still, for whatever reason, blaming themselves. Alexa, resume.
Baby, we've been living in sin, cause we've been really in love, but we've been living as friends. Yeah. So you've been a guest in your own home. It's time to make your house.
Alexa, pause. Alexa, pause. Okay, that part right there, that just came back. Alexa, rewind. Alexa, rewind.
Nerve to blame you for it. You know you would have took the bullet if you saw it, but you felt it and still feel it. And money can't make up for it or conceal it.
Money can't make up for it or conceal it.
Baby, we've been living in sin, cause we've been really in love, but
We've been just friends. Alexa, pause. Okay, so money cannot, you know, fix it or conceal it. The part where we're living in sin, but we're living as friends and feeling home by themselves, that is the relationship dynamics between Dawn and Candace. I mean, this is something we've seen play out over almost 2 years now, and I really feel that that is the relationship dynamic between the two of them. If you go back and look at any of, well, not any of them, but if you go back and look at some of the interviews, I can't remember which one it was, but Dawn speaks about Summer's attraction to Robin from the church, and when he speaks about it, it's in a manner where it's, like, in my opinion at least, borderline disrespectful to Candace, who is literally sitting right next to him, because of the fact that, well, I guess borderline respectful. No, it is just disrespectful. I mean, borderline disrespectful. It is just disrespectful because he is sitting there talking about how Summer would gravitate towards Robin because, you know, she thought Robin was pretty, and he, like, talks up the physical attributes that Robin has about, you know, like making her seem like she's pretty, like she's got a princess, or she's, you know, reminds Summer of a princess or what have you. And we also seen video in the church when Summer's head was shaved and Summer was being held by Robin, and it is the most heartbreaking video I think I've ever seen, because you could just feel the pain and the sorrow when Summer is touching Robin's long hair and then touches her own head and realizes she doesn't have any. There's that hurt that's there. There's that sadness that's there. And I know that kind of got me off track, but I feel like, yeah, that is the dynamics. I think we've all seen the disrespectful manner in which both Dawn and Candace do speak with each other. We know about the DV that has taken place. We've seen it firsthand when they're on lives or, you know, on video. We've heard it firsthand when they're on the phones on lives, hopping across channels. So, yeah, I feel like that is just the dynamics that they're talking about. I get Dawn and Candace very strongly for that, and he, like I said, he would be putting her down constantly. And again, we can feel however we want about Summer's parents. I'm just pointing out the truth about what we saw. Whether people think that she deserved it or not, that's up to your own opinion. I'm just telling you that that's stuff we witnessed. We saw him talk down to her. We saw him be verbally, mentally, and heard physically, the fights and stuff, talking down to her, and the A word, which I can't use here. So yeah, DV all the way. And emotionally, he would just beat her down with his words. Yeah, and that made her feel like she was alone, which happens in most situations like that. And I feel like maybe the sorrow that she's feeling of being alone in the house is because she was going through this in her marriage, but at least she had the kids there. So at least there was someone there who she didn't felt the same way about her. And we never really seen interactions except for videos that were taken, but she found love in the children, and I think that's what kept her at the house and kept her kind of grounded in a little bit. And then once all of them were gone, we saw her start to spiral, especially when when Dawn got locked up, and we saw how she reacted to male attention, because they gave her the compliments and everything, that she never experienced in her marriage. Okay, so that's the explanation of that part of the song. Alexa, resume.
Time to make your house your own. Pick up
I'm
the phone.
coming home, coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. Wash away all the pain of yesterday.
This is both about Summer and Candace.
Forgetting my mistakes. I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home.
Ain't no stopping us now. Let that song, whenever it comes on, it makes me feel strong. I thought I told you that we won't stop till we back cruising through Harlem. These old blocks is what made me, saved me, drove me crazy, drove me amazing, embraced me for days. All of my shortcomings, welcome to my homecoming. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. A lot of fights, a lot of scars, a lot of problems, a lot of cars, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Made it back across my door.
Alexa, pause.
You Lord.
That entire part right there where it's talking about a lot of fights and all that stuff, having strength, somebody's going to talk if they have not talked already. I'm not saying that it is Candace or Dawn, but I am saying that there is somebody who, and I just heard Blackbird singing in the dead of night again. There is somebody who, if you see my last video, that's what that came from. There is somebody who is making peace with their situation. They have come to terms and accepted what their fate is. And I don't know if it's male or female, I just get this, it's not a sigh of relief, it's not a feeling of relief. It's almost like mental peace, emotional peace, that all this stuff that they've gone through, everything that they've had to deal with, that they've had to conceal, that they've had to hide, the lies that they've had to tell, the stress of the entire situation, they finally threw their hands up and said it's not worth it. So I don't know what or who that is about, but there is somebody that is finally just done. They don't want to keep going like how they're going, and whatever the alternative method is of which way they choose to go, to them, that's better than dealing with the mental anguish and the reminders in their head that are constantly playing over and over and reminding them, like, they can't escape their demons. They can't escape their demons, no matter the drugs, no matter the drinking, no matter whatever it is they're doing. They cannot escape it. And so they're coming to terms that they need to do this in order to relieve themselves of that constant reminder, that chaos, that they hear the word insanity in the head. Okay. Alexa, resume.
I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I can't go away. Never forget my mistakes. I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home.
Okay, so Alexa, pause.
Coming.
So I feel like there's more than one person that belongs to the part that I'm coming home, tell the world that I'm coming home. And when I initially heard that, I got tingles in my legs, and it is about Summer, but it's about somebody else too, like somebody's coming clean. And like I said, they've made their peace, they feel that they have been forgiven by their higher power, and their coming home is letting all of that out. Their coming home is letting all of it out. And like I said, they made peace. And when I was replying to the comment on my subscriber, and I was kind of proofreading before I sent it, as soon as I got to Summer's name, I heard Blackbird singing again, and then I heard Songbird, and then I heard Little Birdies talking, I believe it was. It's in the comments. I don't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So, yep. So that's the messages I picked up from this song. I don't own the rights to the music. Again, it's all allegedly. It's my intuition that I'm going off of. It's what I feel. It's what I hear. It's what I see that pops up throughout the song. I'm actually quite surprised that Candace's face pops up so much in the song. And I know we all, again, have our opinions about how she truly feels about Summer or the boys or Dawn or whatever. But she is, or if she isn't right now, she was at some point, and she may still be, I don't know, grieving that loss. And it's like a community loss. Like I said, I feel like losing Summer was one thing. Losing the boys was like a whole nother level. Because then it was just her and him, her and Dawn. And she probably felt solace being able to go to the kids, and, them being there gave her some sort of peace, and being able to hold on and deal with the situations. So yeah, that's just what I'm feeling. And everything's allegedly. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm not saying anybody's going to do something. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling. All right, well, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.